Now I am a god.
SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI, or should we call him Otsutsuki's god, in the manga, Isshiki has already mentioned the god form that can be obtained by eating chakra fruits. I was wondering, how does Isshiki know about this form? And now, in a new chapter we were told about the existence of the so-called Otsutsuki's god and what he is capable of. But how can his genes help Sasuke and Naruto, and who could Mitsuki be? Enjoy watching. Thanks to the new chapter, we learned a lot of interesting answers to questions that were of interest to many. The first is that Ida, Daemon, and Code are so powerful thanks to the genes of God, the Otsutsuki who has attained God form. Ida has inherited clairvoyance, thanks to which she can observe everyone both in the past and in the present. Daemon gained the ability to reflect any attack. Even the intention to attack will be reflected. And Code, who got the power of scratches, thanks to which he can move to other places. Second, it was revealed to us that Amado had a daughter and she died. And now he wants her back. I think for those who carefully read the manga and watched the anime, it is no secret that Delta is a clone of this daughter. And third, we were told about what happened to God, namely SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI. More precisely, the authors opened the veil of secrets to us. In order to obtain this divine form, he consumed the chakra fruit one by one. And here we were hinted at something else. That SHIBAI might have been one of the original Otsutsuki, or the only one who has attained divine form. If that's the case, then there's a competition between members of the Otsutsuki clan to see who can become god first. But what about the clan hierarchy that Isshiki mentioned? Is there a leader of this clan? And who was SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI? Amado comforted Naruto by saying that SHIBAI was already dead. All that was left of him was his body, the body from which the genes were removed. So Isshiki found this body and allowed Amado to take the genes from there. This means that until now, just like the 10 tails, this body is somewhere in Ishiki's hideout. And here there are two options. The first is that the 10 tails, which we have already been shown, was created from this body. And the second is that this body is still kept somewhere in one of Ishiki's hideouts. If he was turned into a 10 tails, then the authors will reveal to us that Otsutsuki's bodies, or themselves, can turn into 10 tails. If his body is in one of the shelters, then the authors will show us how Code can become stronger than Daemon, Ida, Kawaki and Boruto. We have already seen how Otsutsuki are able to turn their own kind into a fetus. Therefore, there are two options. The first is that Code will simply consume SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI's body, turning him into a fetus, just like Momoshiki once did with Kinshiki. Or the second, his body will be sacrificed to the 10 tails, which will allow Code to receive all the abilities of SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI. Code will not become God, but will have all of his techniques. And the words that only a body remained of SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI reassured Naruto. However, new questions arise here. Who could beat him? Or has he somehow moved to another space? Amado put forward two hypotheses. That, thanks to reincarnations, SHIBAI has reached the level of divinity so much that he no longer needs a physical incarnation. And the second hypothesis was that someone was able to defeat him. However, as for me, the authors immediately confirmed the first hypothesis with the words of Momoshiki. When he communicated with Boruto, he confirmed that SHIBAI really existed. Momo said that now he is in another world. This means that after absorbing so many divine chakra fruits, SHIBAI got rid of the physical incarnation and possibly passed into the spirit world where the gods of death exist, Hagoromo, whose soul we saw, and everyone who has ever died. As for me, this hints to us that in the future the world of spirits may be revealed to us, and again to show the old characters. Or there is another dimension. And maybe this is the dimension of the gods, where all the gods live, whose mentions we heard in the anime. Amaterasu, Izanagi, Izanami and so on. Also, Momoshiki said that Amado lies about something, and that is Ida's ability to make anyone fall in love with her. Momo said that he knows about the existence of all shinjutsu techniques, and the ability that the girl uses does not exist among them. This hints to us that Amado is up to something, and this ability did not belong to SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI. This technique was created by Amado himself. This means that our scientist is able to create quite unique techniques, and most likely he wants to pass this technique on to his daughter. And Ida was an experimental attempt to see if this technique would work. And perhaps he wants to improve this technique for his daughter, so that not only people fall in love with her, but also Otsutsuki. In this way, she would be able to manipulate even them, and they will give the scientist access to divine power. It is possible that Amado himself would like to become a god. Therefore, the vision that Boruto saw, thanks to the fusion of genes with Momoshiki, that Kawaki would betray them and leave the village, is quite logical if there was not one but. And this is something the writers might just be trying to confuse us with. And it is possible that it was not Kawaki who left the village, but Boruto himself. However, this is also not accurate. In any case, all these events revealed to us not only many answers to questions, but also hinted at new opportunities, one of which is the strengthening of Hokage and Uchiha. Recently, I made a video about Naruto being able to get Kurama's karma, and thanks to this, he will be able to use his chakra without the fox itself inside. Not just chakra, but all of his techniques. I spoke about the fact that Amado is able to create such karma on the basis of genes that 100% remained in the body of the seventh. Now this probability has increased many times over, only if the authors want to make Hokage stronger. But there is another possibility, and it is that Amado may suggest to Naruto and Sasuke to get SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI's abilities. This way we will be able to see Hokage's new abilities. Chapter 75 of the Boruto manga showed us a lot of interesting answers, but it was a little confusing. In terms of what the authors tell us, you can't just create power or transplant it from someone else. But in the Naruto anime, we have seen this many times. The same Madara, who was not a super scientist, independently transplanted Hashirama's genes into himself and was able to get his power. Orochimaru, who had experimented on everyone, he had been able to transfer Hashirama's cells to Yamato a long time ago. Therefore, I don't understand why Kataski says that, at the moment, this is impossible, and only Amado can do this. We know for sure that Orochimaru is capable of doing this, and was able to do this before the advent of Amado. However, the words that one cannot create a new power, but only transfer it from someone's genes, again hints to us that Mitsuki received genes from Otsutsuki, and most likely the strength of Toneri was taken as the basis, and perhaps even Mitsuki himself was created based on his genes, since they are very similar. So I'm wondering when they will finally show Orochimaru and reveal who Mitsuki is and what the serpent himself knows. If the genes were not taken from Toneri, then from whom? Perhaps Kaguya? Or was there another Otsutsuki? And Orochimaru is his descendant? I'll be happy to wait for the authors to reveal all this to us. Let's back to SHIBAI OTSUTSUKI. At the moment, this is the strongest representative of this clan, which for some reason has not yet been mentioned in the anime, although it should already have been. But not the point. In my opinion, his abilities are amazing. Reflecting any attack makes him practically invincible. Watching all living beings from afar, thanks to his omniscience, is madness. So also thanks to this power, he is able to see what happened in the past, before the moment when he was born, and he is thousands of years old. He was able to watch everyone, the planets he came to, his allies. This is incredible power. It would be difficult to fight against such an Otsutsuki, since even before the battle with you, he will know about all your abilities, so you still can't hit him. This is truly divine power. Now I understand why Ida can fly, since she had the ability of Otsutsuki. I'm tormented by a few questions. Will Sasuke and Naruto be revealed, and will they get stronger? Since now, there is a possibility to do so. There is a possibility to give them the power of Otsutsuki, and I'm interested in how Amado and Orochimaru will be revealed. If Amado still turns out to be a villain, as for me, only the serpent can resist his mind. Well, one more nuance. Those tablets that were shown to us in the anime, was there a picture of SHIBAI on them? And was there any mention of Isshiki? Was Isshiki his partner? Since these are two Otsutsuki that we were told about, but they are both without partners. However, let's talk about this in another video. I hope you enjoyed this video and support me by liking and subscribing. Good luck to all.